Whoop, whoop, what's up, Bearcats? We're here, we're hanging, we're chilling. It's Saturday night, which means it's time for Saturday night's main event. Hope you're all having a great weekend. Thank you so much for coming in, hanging and chilling with us, pal. Hope you're having a great weekend. Thank you for spending your time with us, with the HMG fan, with the Bearcats. Also, it's a bell count. Make sure you get your bell count predictions in. I'm going 6 tonight. Actually, no. I'll go 8. I'll go 8. None. Actually, no, 6. 6. I'll stay at 6. And make sure you sign the NDA before you come in. Whoop, whoop. Hey, what's up, Gruss? Good to see you, pal. You do well. What to do with you? Yeet, yeet. Oh, yeah. It's because it's Saturday night's main event. That means we get Jesse tonight. Yeet. Yo, what's up, game? Good to see you. Whoop, whoop. Hope you're having a great weekend. You're going for 5 like the $5 like the foot long should be. I hope all is well with you. Yeet. One belt. Now I have to step away in probably about 10 or so minutes. I got some fries cooking in the air fryer. Whoop, whoop. It's an air fryer dinner night, pal. Behind me, already got some chicken tenders and taquitos.
Saturday Night Live will not be seen tonight, so we can bring you the following entertainment special.
Man, here's the thing. They're showing all those classic Saturday Night's main event moments with larger than life superstars that the product and the talent today, or the stars today, just don't measure up to that. Because how many of these guys could actually hang with Kurt Hennig? Looks like a packed house tonight, pal. Give me Jesse, pal.
Our focus went to the steel cage match, and you said when it comes to Drew and Damian Priest, things feel very different. Well, first, First and foremost, I don't drink coffee. Second and foremost, yeah, you're right. The object of this is to get out of the ring. That ain't gonna happen. With McIntyre and Priest, it's gonna stay in the ring, and you're gonna see somebody win the match inside the cage. And let me just say this. I don't know why anyone would take a cage match. Because when you go in the cage, you might walk in looking pretty, and you can come out looking awful damn ugly. I know you're very excited as well for Jey Uso's title defense against Logan Paul. Yeah, I'm just wondering. Mike Tyson will take another dive. Oh, we will see what happens.
Oh, dude, for real. For real. Dude, the Attitude Era mid-carders will be main eventers today. You got 6 Lab Rat? Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm with you on that, pal. Whoop whoop. Oh, we're opening with the tag match. Well, traditionally back in the day, that was actually how the Saturday Night's main event worked. The first match was the main event. Yeah, they want to go home early, pal. You got 4. Whoop whoop. Yeah, very packed weekend. Whoop whoop. Yeah, for real. Yo, what's up, Simon the Hadriac? Good to see you, pal. Whoop whoop. We're just here hanging, chilling. Good to see you. Good to have you with us. Hope your day went well. Hope you're having a great weekend. Whoop whoop. Yeah, he kind of is. Might have. Oh, dude, sometimes mowing the grass can be just super relaxing. You're just going along, chilling, but still being productive. That's good. That's good. You had a good day. Kicking it off hot, pal.
A lot of hate. You should expect this to be a brawl. And one Breaker as well. And Sydney Zayn on fire early. Clearing house. See how Pump stalking Seth freaking Rollins. Sami Zayn Seth Rollins will start this matchup tonight. These two longtime friends, total respect for.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I forgot. Yeah, some areas are a little bit more brutal when it comes to that. My bad. Hey, what's up, Yosef? Good to see you, pal. Whoop whoop. Hope all is well. Hope you're having a great weekend. Yeet. Can you give me some weed? Be gone. I'll be making weed be gone. I don't know. We might. It's a possibility. Commercial break time. Whoop whoop. Sorry if I How long was I muted? Yeah, we'd be gone. Yeah, we'd be gone whenever I'm around. And I think we might see. It's possible we might see him. I don't think we will. Possible though. And you got to do something to give the show a shot in the arm.
We handle every project with care, from electrical wiring upgrades for safety to stylish, energy-efficient lighting. We install GFCI outlets to protect your family and reliable smoke and carbon monoxide detectors for added peace of mind. Alberta Electric for all your electrical needs. Powered by trust for over 35 years. All the name you can rely on. Alberta Electric for all your electrical needs.
At this point, I think we could all use a little smile.
This one is I could see that happening. I could see a scenario happening where Trick Williams ends up going over Joe Hendry, and then he drops the title to Mike Santana, and then Trick Williams goes to the main roster. Yeah, they did kind of tip the hand a little bit there, and it made it a non-title. And now it's like, okay, now there's a possibility that R-Truth might go over through something happening.
And a cozy front porch to unwind at sunset. We're all ready for a refresh, and most building yards.
Oh, should be right back. It's got my air cooked, air fried fries out of the air fryer. I mean, who knows with the way they're running things these days, who knows what happens? Who knows what happens? Who knows what they do? I have nothing they'll do surprises me.
Breaker and Seth freaking Rollins, but they've been working together perfectly since they started alongside Paul Heyman. Great history between the two men in the ring.
How about the night after WrestleMania and Rock is shouting, or the night after, or the Raw after, and Rock is shouting orders at him?
Breaker is an absolute badass, and he's an absolute dog through and through, which is why Seth and Paul thought he was the perfect man to add to their group. Yeah, this is a group. No name. No, not that. Very good here tonight. The Breaker set to the floor. It's an opportunity.
This is kind of a stacked card tonight, so it would make sense. They're going to the hot tag and going into the finish. Oh, dude, I got the frozen Rally's Checkers fries, and they're dude, cooking them in an air fryer is better than getting fresh Rally's fries. Nah, I don't see that happening.
Made in the mouth of Seth freaking Rollins. One man wrecking through. Paul Heyman. David's going to get his one day, no doubt about that. Punk now, top rope. I don't know, actually. This works out the cockroach. There's the elbow. Deliver to Rollins. Hook the leg in. And another near fall for Punk.
I wouldn't say old school feel, but it's not like a ridiculous ass spot fest. Oh yeah, Saturday Night's Main Event. Yeah, they're going for the old school thing. Absolutely. Yeah, like no ads in the ring. Yeah, exactly. Dude, that's a life cheat code right there if I've ever heard one, Gruss. Yeah, Seth's been using the pedigree as a falsie for a while. I mean, Triple H ain't really using it anymore. Dude, for real. For real. That spicy ketchup is delicious. It's amazing. You will not find anything else like it. Dude, I want to go to that Super Nintendo World so bad at Universal Studios.
I booked a Botox cosmetic consultation to temporarily make my frown, crow's feet, and forehead lines look better. What was important to me was that I still look like me.
Well, I think Hendry's trying to do what he can to get a match with Cena before Cena retires. Because you said Cena flat out told him, saying he asked Cena, is it possible for this match to happen? Cena said yes, but you got to make it happen. Got a run in, pal.
Hey, what's up? What is up, my brother? Saturday night's main event. Hey, man, I was so excited. I was like, holy shit, I've got set up my computer. I was watching the intro, getting into the first match.
I'm the one and only Delphina, and I got
Oh,
treated
this
for
event,
my
man.
mom.
We've got a stacked lineup here tonight. It made even better by the addition of
This river wasn't damned in
she's
addition.
going to be the two terms, the new crowning of a United States champion here tonight, Chelsea Green. Ooh, you can check out some parts with her over on Limpin' Ain't Easy with our good friend Timmy Baltimore there. Some plugs to get us going, huh?
Yeah, pal. What's up, man? How you doing?
Oh, thirsty. Been talking all weekend, man. A little sunburnt from the track. I was out in the spot like the sun today down there, man. Coming down, man.
Ooh, yeah. It's been getting hot out there.
Wasn't too hot. No, it was really nice here. We were still just in the 70s here in the Midwest, the great state of the OHIO.
Your financial journey isn't a solo mission.
Wasn't hot, but it was coming down. The sun was shining, man. Sunshine, feeling fine.
All you need to make a difference is someone
Those cars were flying by down at Edgewater Sports Park.
means more. Shop the
Color. Get 30% off paints and stains. The sale price is starting at $34.29. Find your new color May 16th through the 26th. Shop online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store.
Man, I think you'd appreciate this. I got a air fryer I just finally started using. Oh my God, game changer.
Yeah, dude, you can do anything. What have you done in it so far? I know the chat will help you out, man. It'll give you some air frying recipes, but you can literally put anything in that son of a bitch, and it is amazing.
So far, I've had you ever had you've been to like rallies / checkers before, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
I got their frozen fries.
Awesome. Great fry.
They are better in an air fryer than getting them fresh directly from like a Rally's.
They're good fries.
Yo, what's up, Radio McRadio Face? Good to see you, pal.
Let's say I know we got it the link out there. Hopefully we get some other people. I know Jimmy, he sent me a message. He just woke up here a little bit ago. Maybe we get him in here.
Cool. Yeah, we're Saturday night's main event radio.
Over on the cock.
Yeah, give me the cock, pal.
Whip out your cock for some Sami Zayn. He is in charge right now. He is firing it up. Ron Breaker in a little bit of trouble here. Speaking of little food, I'm going to order something to eat here, man, during Saturday night's main event.
Sammy has his opportunity to end this. Yeah, looking for the Haluva kick. It's in Paul Cena.
I don't know if Ben will run in, man. He might be over Sideburns tonight enjoying this thing, watching it, hanging out with crew, or it's still 8:30. He's probably still dealing drugs, you know. That drugs are.
I used to deal drugs. I mean, I still do, but I used to too. You ever hear any Mitch Hedberg?
What happened? Uh-oh. Damn.
Bronson Reed's back, pal. He just put Punk through the wall.
Oh, is that who that was? Okay.
Which makes you wonder. Braun Breaker's big time over as a babyface. Why didn't they hold off on bringing in the heavy and make that Bronson Reed?
Well, you got Breaker's a personal project of Paul Heyman.
And now squaring off with Braun Breaker. Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker.
Also on Peacock as well.
All right, the embrace here. they have grown. Everybody was waiting on the addition, the third man, if you will.
I dig the old school ref look. Oh, so he is part of the group.
Yeah, looking like. Hey, when I lean back like this, is my mic picking up enough?
It's a little bit more distant, but it's
Instead
still
of where I'm there. I might switch to my headset so I can kind of relax a little bit here at times with the watch along.
Okay, looks like they're doing it. It's like hey, Brian, here's another big dude. You guys can just go tear shit up together.
Dude, I'm kind of feeling that. You know, that could be a potential very dangerous tag team.
Get the meat, boys. If someone else is coming in, I have to imagine it's a woman, and that woman would be Becky.
Nah, I don't. What? Why? I don't. I don't get any insertion women into these groups just to have some balance in numbers. You don't have them mixing it up with each other. You don't have contact between the sexes. There isn't really a payoff there. You just have then you have to have some awkward. The group that opposes them has to recruit a lady, and you only see the women in conflict and confrontation, physicality with each other. Bad move on my part. Just so which means they'll go ahead and do it 100%. I do agree there with Bruce. I would have really preferred. No, wait a minute. He was saying team up Jeff Cobb and Bronson Reed. All right, that would have been all right. But I think I would have preferred Jeff Cobb in that role that we just saw. Maybe hold off his debut and put him in that spot. But it makes sense. Bronson Reed has already established. The audience knows who he is. You know, Cobb might not have gotten a pop like there. Doesn't have the tie, and you know he does well. I mean, he's Filipino and from Hawaii, but I don't know what it has to do with fucking Samoans. But
yeah, I think that, and they're kind of going more like an. I think they kind of expanded to more like an island connection, or Pacific Islander thing.
All the islands connect the dots. You think fans singing Rollins destroys his heel name? No, I think it's more important for the WWE right now because they just want reactions. They want those big crowd responses, especially when you're selling out to sponsors. You want to be like, look at this participation. You want it all around from both sides. That's just a selling point for them.
Yeah, it did look kind of like a rough landing. Hopefully he's all right.
Is presented by Dude Whites. That's clean. Hands down.
I think there might have been a little bit of heat on her. The few things she has taken, no pun intended, liberties to try to push herself. I think she's just so damn good. She worked around that. She really is learning how to play this game. I've given her, Zack Ryder, or her husband, talk about how she gets the business so well because she treats it as a business where Matt was a fan, and sometimes he does find himself in those mark-out moments. Like even when it came to such things as like talking to Vince McMahon, Matt kind of was a mark in there, like, oh my God, this is the guy, the godfather of professional wrestling, and Chelsea was just saw him as a boss. Just coming up. Why she is so amazing in her craft, she's adapted so well. It wasn't one of her dreams like that. So I think she's really learning how to play that game.
Yeah, agreed. She's smart. Like she's really smart. Like she kind of ticks all the boxes of somebody who you think would get buried and pushed under, but it's like she somehow manages her skill and her talent and makes it undeniable. Or if you try to bury her, it's obvious you're trying to bury her.
is a once-monthly treatment to help those with moderate to severe.
She's just so good at what she does. She is one of the absolute treasures in professional wrestling right now. Across the board, male, female, any promotion, what she's doing.
No one can
All
touch
right,
her.
I think I'm going to go with a little Jersey Mike's.
Ooh, nice.
How about that, huh? How about that? We need sandwiches.
They got some good Sammys there, pal.
Before starting Eplis, tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection. Skin that's still more
Well, still
Yeah.
working.
Even at 1 year.
Yeah, she does kind of have that little extra sex appeal to enhance that too.
Talk to your doctor.
Yeah, she absolutely knows how to sell it.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering. Like the people who keep this country moving, doing what they do.
Oh, son of a bitch.
They're closed.
They're not showing up, so no way. I mean, who the hell would close at 8:30?
Yeah, on a Saturday. I think the Jersey Mike's by me are like they're open till like I think the earliest I've seen is 9.
Yeah, they close at 9, so they probably pulled themselves. It's 8:30, so they probably just closed their delivery.
Oh yeah, because there's some places they'll shut down delivery like 30 minutes, anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour before their actual close time.
Well, that sucks balls.
Yeah, usually those places you got to go like. Are you doing DoorDash or straight to the Jersey Mike's app or to their website?
DoorDash.
That's probably what it is. If you go directly to their website, you might get them, or through their app or website.
Damn it.
The perfect morning calls for the perfect, ridiculous, servable pairing. Jimmy Dean griddle cakes. Your family's pancakey, sausagey, griddle cakey, sweet and
Yeah,
savory.
Subway sucks.
With Thrivent, your personal finances aren't just personal.
You got Jimmy John's near you?
Make a difference.
You know, sadly, where I'm at, no, there's not a Jimmy John's delivery.
Oh yeah, they keep it like super short distance.
Yeah, there's not one in the little town, a little suburb, outskirts of Cincinnati that I'm in.
All the hard work it took to get there. We are in for all of it. Because there's nothing as powerful as us.
But the feeling that no matter what
You know what? I can't disagree with Matt Cardone on that. That's the name and brand he's been building for how long now? So, yeah,
you know what? He's been out there. He's been doing an amazing thing with it on the Indies and all that. He's went out there, absolutely been owning it. The king of the Indies. You don't know where he's going to show up. I again credit it to Chelsea that came up with that. She's like, hey, don't go just somewhere. Don't sign just at one place. Pop up everywhere. Be known as the guy that, that keeps people on the edge of their seat. Oh, he's going to show up here. He's going to show up there. He's going to do this, going to do that. But all that success in reality, it is only a small bubble, small percentage of people that have seen him. There are still a much wider audience that recognizes Zack Ryder over Matt Cardona. Oh, I'm going to suck down some electrolytes here for this bad boy.
All right, title match time. Whoop, whoop. I think we're still at one belt.
What have we seen so far? Just the women's championship?
The women's US. Yeah. Yes, I think because Lena showed up earlier with it.
All right, I got to plug my phone in here. I'm dying.
Yeah, charge extra for those sandwiches, pal. Limited time only.
On what?
Yeah, the guy who the original founder and owner of Jimmy John's was known had a reputation as a big game hunter. And Gam had the idea of using that meat in the sandwiches.
I bet you'd go over, man, if you could find some rare exotic things like that. But I don't know how you'd supply them all those chains like that. Maybe just do a select few.
Or like the McRib. Limited time only. and it's like $100 sandwich.
I was gonna say it's still like if you're doing like an elephant hoagie or something like that, man, that's still a lot of elephant meat. You got to supply to a bunch of chains, even on a limited time.
Yeah, gross with 4 belts, pal. We are at 1 so far.
In the history of Saturday night's main event, a women's championship will be on the line. The first was back in the very first Saturday night's main event. Wendy Richter knocking off the fabulous Lula. And then earlier this year, Rhea Ripley beating Nia Jax. Tonight, Zelina Vega defending the United States Championship against Chelsea Green. Very emotional, Zelina Vega, in an interview with CBS Sports this week, talking about how she believed this was meant to be. That everything is finally right in her universe. That reality.
You know what's weird with this? And Vega changed her gear than what they just showed her walking around in. She had like an orange and black, like auto style gear on, but of course Chelsea. Well, you know Chelsea. I don't even watch. She should have been in the traditional red, white, and blue. I don't know if she got the gold trim there, but Zelina going with the Puerto Rican colors representing her home area. We got the meats.
That's right, they do. I forgot about that.
I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that in my area, my market.
Yeah, we get that here too.
The Alka burger.
Yeah, I think it's when like that meat becomes available, they get their hands on it. Hey, limited time run.
Chelsea Green much taller than Zelina Vega, so she's going to have the reach on her at all times.
Zelina Vega is feisty as they come. She loves being the underdog. She said she's learned a lot.
I just looked at
maybe the greatest underdog.
and Arby's is like a fast food butcher shop.
Dropping Zelina Vega.
I always forget about Arby's.
A power bomb from Chelsea Green wants the United States title back.
You got this one chain in our area that's kind of like that, but way better, called Lion's Choice.
Interesting.
The championship tonight.
I used to work at one. They would legit have to get there hours before open because they would broil the roast beef for like 3-4 hours before opening.
Getting a dominate.
Actually, I used to work at an Arby's.
The inaugural United States Women's Champion.
He was all right. Good ownership group.
Big slap from Chelsea Green.
Nice.
She won the championship here on Saturday night's main event at the end of the tournament. Covered now by Green for the title and a kick out.
Zelina kicking out there too. Chelsea's been in control.
Right, and there really wasn't any build-up. Like if they're building up the story of like who's like other than the only real America themes here is the United States title. Other than that, like where's the story of this being about America?
Well, no, I mean Chelsea's playing the whole USA, presidential thing. Why she's the champ now? She's in mourning. She should have stuck here. Either go all out with the big red, white, and blue. I mean, she does have the stars on the choker there. But they should have just continued to play and maybe just a little bit of the red, white, blue. But she should have been in a majority of black again to continue with the mourning for the loss of her championship that she's here to regain.
Agreed. Cold-blooded in the house. What's up, pal?
Chelsea told me earlier today that he wanted to way down Zelina Vega. The longer this match goes, the better it is for Green to regain her United States Women's
Oh, balls all with you, pal. Whoop, whoop.
She's been nobody home. Vega rolls out of harm's way. Zelina Vega.
Her secret herbalist actually told her to do that.
No, I don't want the lift app. I'm not going anywhere.
Back in this. Elbow, big clothesline takes down Green, and this is what Chelsea got to be afraid of. Picking up some momentum using quickness. High speed affair is good for Zelina. A nice back suplex by Zelina Vega. They do a kick up now. And a chance roll. Into the corner. And the knees take out Green. Double knees. I like that. Now Zelina Vega up to the second rope. Focusing on Green. Green ducks out of harm's way. Zelina's got to roll through. And, wow. Wow, the power being displayed by Chelsea Green. And now looking for the unwitting her finishing move, but Zelina Vega with a backstabber. Brandon's asking Tampa to rally. What? And it, well, she got caught up, yeah. But she still caught her in the bridge of the nose. Kick there by Zelina.
So how was Under Siege last night, man? Any big developments, big news coming out of Total Nonstop Action Wrestling?
This is a pretty good show. Spitfire broke up. They're going to do a father-daughter tag team match with Santino and Ariana Grace teaming up against Robert Stone and Tessa Blanchard.
Oh, that sounds super exciting.
Yeah, not really a whole lot. Their show's been kind of weird ever since they've been intertwined with NXT. Like the main angle.
I'd say, did they do any business there with Trick and Mr. Hendry?
No, they just had.
There's your red, white, and blue pouring out of our nose.
Lame. They should have put it back to Chelsea.
I agree 100%.
Plus, the Secret Hervis looks stupid as shit for not interfering and getting involved. Like they're out ringside doing jack shit and not interfering, not doing nothing, not distracting the ref, nothing.
Wow, up next. And that's going to be interesting to see tomorrow. NXT versus AEW. NXT TNA versus AEW. Oh, yeah, you ready for that Cardi? That Cardi party in the NYC. I know Liz ready. Nobody better step to Cardi.
It might not be a broke nose, but you know you can still get hit in it. You'll still get busted open and bloody without having to break it.
Speaking of Arby's, here comes Cardi with her big fat roast beef for SummerSlam. 2 nights of Cardi.
Well, I meant like during the finish. Then again, it was a quick roll up, so yeah, kind of tough to get involved in that.
From the hip.
I gotta get everything going here. I got everything packed up in my bag from the track this weekend. Oh, do I have a free?
Dude, I want to go. Now I want to go to Universal Studios just for that Nintendo theme park.
Dude, last year I felt so bad. I took my nephews down there. Took both Levi and Noah. Noah just turned 8. So he would have been, this was for his last year's birthday. 7. He was 6 years old. Right? No, he was 7. So Levi was on his birthday. He just turned 10 years old.
We use money as a tool to help all the people we hold in our hearts.
That mask can't be right. Well, anyway, we went there last year. And I, we're sitting there looking at the rides and all that. We're going to Universal and I'm like, holy shit, there's a Mario World, buddy. And he gets all excited, he's pumped up. That's the big gameplay. That's where we're going to spend our time. And then I further, we're on the plane. First time they're on the plane and little one's nervous and all that. And I was like, oh shit, that's next year, buddy. So we're going to go back.
Oof.
We still had a good time. It was so fun. Those worlds, though, are crazy as hell, man. That Harry Potter world. If you think wrestling fans are enormous dorks, doesn't get any worse than us. Go to Harry Potter World. Those are some freaking dorks.
I can imagine. I used to play World of Warcraft. I get it.
How long is this thing? Is this a 2-hour event? I mean, it's at least got to be out by a hard 11 because you got to go to your
Yeah,
news.
I think it is a 2 hours. Can't be any more than 3, maybe 2.5.
What do we got? 8:46. We got 2 matches down. I really don't think the Cena match is going past the hour here.
Yeah, it's probably that's probably gonna be a quickie.
Actually, though, Universal, I mean, those theme parks. I mean, we're talking. There was 4 of us that went. Grandpa went with us. So 2 kids, 2 adults, 1 day at Universal. This is, oh God, we learned this one. Learned this the hard way. Thinking, hey, we're only going to be there 1 day. You know, we don't have to get the speed passes. Mistake. Get speed passes. You still wait in line, but it's only like half the wait. But so you pretty much spend your entire time in line. But there is a study with this thing. The average amusement park goer will spend 8 to 10 hours in the park, and you only go on like 3.25 rides. So all that time, and you only get not even 4 rides.
Has been extended. Save up to 30% until June 9th, and see why this #1.
Man, that ain't me. We got our Six Flags St. Louis around us. I'm like, okay, here's the map. I'm going here. I want to go on this. I want to go on that. We're going here. We're going that.
Yeah, like we weren't getting too crazy. I had a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old. I mean, Levi's 11. Shit, I don't know. I guess that isn't something to ponder or contemplate here, but you got to remember how old those little sons of bitches are. Yeah, speed pass. I mean, you still wait in line with the speed pass, but it's definitely worth it. Now, I had more fun. We spent 1 day at Universal because it was a real quick trip. We flew out on his birthday, December 20th. Into the room. The resort was freaking awesome. I just would have stayed there. I didn't have to leave that damn thing, but the hotel we were at, shot over to Universal 1 day. Then we went to SeaWorld the next day. I had a blast at SeaWorld. And then we flew out very early that third morning to get back. So we had to have them back for Christmas.
Give me Jimmy Hart, Daddy. Give me Bushwhacker Luke too, pal.
We got the Bushwhackers there, or one of them I know they'll be passed, but we got to get somebody licked.
Yeah, Jimmy Hart got licked.
Oh, did he?
Yep.
Licking that Jimmy. Six Flags DC shut down, huh?
That's a shame. Yeah, I'm sorry, pro. Oh, damn, they're doing El Hijo del Vikingo against Chad Gable at Worlds Collide.
Part of AAA, which was acquired by WWE, is exciting.
Like that. It looks like they're kind of stacking that card a bit too.
And a big ovation here tonight in Tampa. Saturday nights. Main event. Well, John, in a matter of moments, John Cena will be out here in a match against R-Truth.
Oh, my Dashers, wait for the order.
Nice, what'd you get?
Oh, I guess we'll have to wait and find out here, buddy. The suspense, the surprise, the reveal of my meal for Saturday night's main event. Hashtag RBV eats out.
Yeah, there's a lot of John Cena shirts in the arena. There is everywhere. I'll be excited to see what the reaction, how it all goes. Well, it's been the same damn noise for 25 years. I've been the victim of an abusive relationship.
An abusive relationship.
I've been the victim of an abusive relationship. Oh, you told me
I like getting that recap here. I'm curious how long they have this thing listed.
New York style cheese pizza. Always love New York style.
You wear it to make you feel good. You wear words like hustle, loyalty, and respect. I live them every day. You know. That's a 17-time world champion. I don't need you anymore. I don't care about you. You don't matter to me. I am going to ruin wrestling for every fan, for every wrestler.
All right, Saturday night's main event is listed officially on the NBC website. Their schedule from 8 until 10. And then we get a stunning disclosure. Turns a closed case upside down on Dateline NBC. Oh, Saturday Night Live tonight. Shane Gillis host. There's no way in hell I'll be awake for that, but if I am, I'll check that out.
Reality check time. Our troops line for the greatest. This is a calculated, coordinated production. Next on Saturday night. It's the main event. What is the story of 2020?
Liv, I just discovered an air fryer. I have been using that nonstop for like the last 3 days.
So you literally put anything in there, man. It's amazing. Here's some, and like anything, even like throw some nachos chips in there. Throw all your toppings in there. And just let it all melt together. Just make a big old fucking bucket of nachos. Get yourself like a little kid shovel, one of those plastic little shovels, and scoop that deliciousness right out of there.
It's no surprise they also named Subaru the best overall automotive brand.
Yo, what's up? Good to see you, Dark Side. Whoop, whoop. Hope you're doing well, pal. Hope you're having a great weekend. Yeet. I got some wings in the freezer too, pal.
Throw them wings in that bad boy thing, man. Any more though, man? My favorite is the wings. I like them on the grill. Grilled wings, baby. Hey guys, Jesus gets us. He gets all of us.
Life is hard. Saving money by bundling your home and auto with Progressive is easy.
Golden Chick. Dark Side Cancer. You order takeout. What's Golden Chick? I'm interested in this thing.
Might be a Texas thing.
Golden Chick.
Where and when they need them.
Come on down to Golden Chick.
Keep them looking great.
Woo!
I'll have to remember that. Throw a steak in the air fryer.
Oh yeah, dude. Literally anything in there. It's like KFC, but better. Golden Chick. What's on the order? I'm gonna look that up here. I like the Colonel, man, but man, they have gone down here. Golden Chick. Golden Chick restaurant. Chicken tender, fried chicken.
Perfect morning.
Now that I see that logo, I actually think I have seen this before.
Jimmy Dean griddle cake.
We got an MSG in the house. Whoop, whoop.
Uh-oh. Settle down, Brandon. HR in the house. Get your ass called in that office quicker. You know it, brother.
I promise I'll be a good boy.
This Golden Chick looks pretty good. It reminds me of what we've got around here, the Lee's Famous.
The plan was to hire 2 people.
It looks almost identical.
So good. I wound up hiring 4.
ZipInfo. Post jobs today, talk to qualified candidates tomorrow. Try it free only at ZipRecruiter.com.
I thought about going with some fried chicken, but
Oh, dude, I got there's 3 packs of bacon sitting in the freezer right now. Cold
then
blooded.
air fry that shit, man. Air fry that. Yourself a BLT, baby.
Nice. Hope your vacation's going well, pal. Whoop, whoop.
Southern fried catfish here at Golden Chick. That actually, I mean, I'm not a big fish fan, but that looks freaking delicious.
Get a little out there.
Naturally, we called it Gatorade.
Hopefully it's on a Tuesday. You get 2 for 2. Whoop, whoop.
For what?
Wingstop tenders.
I have never had Wingstop.
It's good. It's pretty good.
I was going to go there one time. Actually, we're going back sometime, even before the creation of AEW. This was during the first All In. So I'm up there in Chicago. Obviously went to All In. Actually, the Hameen Army was representing. Who was there? Me and Jargo, obviously. Big Will, Frito Scoops was there. Rivera was there. Bonnie was there. There's a handful of us there that all met up, hanging out. Good time up there. Going to the show was awesome. But then following that Sunday, I stuck around. Everybody else, traveling back home. Well, I went over to East Chicago to hang out with Adam Rivera. We were going to Warrior Wrestling. So when we go to Warrior Wrestling, it's a great time and everything. So afterwards, we're just chilling, hanging out, doing our thing. And it's like on the late night, and it's like 2:30, 3 a.m. And I still remember we're driving around East Chicago. I was ever been to East Chicago. It is like Chicano City, man. That's where it's at. And I'm sitting there, start ducking in the car, like, dude, I can see another white person in like 45 minutes, man. Where the hell you got me at? So we were going to get, long story short, so we're going to a Wingstop, but they were closed. So this is as close as I've ever gotten to the door or to enjoy Wingstop. We ended up going to like a real traditional Mexican restaurant. This was an eye opener for me because here in the Midwest, Brandon, where we're at, we all think Tex-Mex is Mexican. Nah, completely different. So I didn't even know how to order. I didn't know what was happening. No one in the restaurant again. It is 2:33 in the morning. No one speaks English. So I'm like freaking out, and I'm just sitting there panicking, like just ordering me the closest thing to Tex-Mex tacos, dude. Just whatever. Ended up being one of the most delicious meals I've ever had. One of the best times.
Nice. Yeah, like you said, being in the Midwest, like always like you think, oh, it's authentic Mexican, like these like chains and these guys who speak Spanish, like, oh, it's Tex-Mex.
Yeah, if you've never seen anything else, I really hadn't. That was the first time I'd actually had experienced authentic Mexican.
Yeah, I learned what authentic Mexican food was the hard way with my very bad picky eating and inability to eat certain foods when I was in Mexico wrestling for a company owned by a drug cartel, and he took us to one of the restaurants under their under their umbrella. And it's one of those things where if you refuse what they offer you to eat, well, I was shown the machete that was used to cut people's heads off with.
Nah, man, that was to cut the pork for the tacos, man. Oh my God, this is awesome here. Jesus is bringing my food. That is my delivery driver's name.
Taking the wheel literally.
Yeah, there we go. MSG down in Arizona. Yeah, I'm sure, man. He had the real deal down there. They were sneaking that shit across the line.
Record-setting world champion John Cena. A lot of people wear. People wearing John Cena shirts.
Oh yeah, they're definitely carving up some meat. That is for sure.
Oh, here, look at our truth, baby. Dude, Head over to the WWE shop right now and get that Ron Cena t-shirt.
Ron.
That is priceless.
Oh, man.
The Ron Cena farewell tour. Dude, the internet, they might shut down the shop tonight, man. The internet, they might get flooded with orders.
It's probably the only night that shirt's getting sold.
That's the only night they need to sell it. Everything in stock's going to be sold out.
Dude, R-Truth is one of the few people who Vince McMahon trusted with creative liberty.
Oh, all right. Damn it. Oh, shit. All right, I'm torn here. My order has been dropped off. It's at the door, but I've never wanted a commercial break.
That's a tough one, Lab Rat. Oh, the Moose shirt or the Truth shirt? That is a tough one.
What's the Moose shirt? Dude, you got to be. You're hard pressed to beat this Truth shirt.
It's it says Moose bitch, get out the way.
I'd have to. I have seen it here, but I'm leading with the R-Truth shirt.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Truth as well.
Well, now the Truth though, he does have the. Dan knocked his earrings out. When Truth's got the wristbands on, though, he's got to do the "you can't see me" spot at some point.
Ron Cena lost both of his earrings, and John Cena disgustingly throws him back on top of it.
Well, here in Tampa, Florida, John Cena wants 10.
He calls himself the greatest of all time. You call him the greatest of all time. A lot of people do, and half this arena saying that he can't wrestle. I think he might have just pissed off John Cena.
Now another shoulder tackle. Cena taking his
Hit that with those big flying shoulders.
That he can't wrestle.
The champ absolutely dominant here.
Now another shoulder tackle. Cena taking
They're twins, pal.
All right, I am gonna. I'm out here in the country, man. I leave that DoorDash after the wild animals. The Bearcats will be crawling up on it. I'm going to run up there and grab that real quick. I'll be right back.
Vintage John Cena here.
That's very true. When an attitude adjusts the Truth, though, it was so out underneath, and our Truth now looks a bit on his super top on his own. And on Truth, another shoulder tackle. This is for that little deja vu. And it's the Vintage Cena. The Truth is putting on his foot here.
This is 100% Truth and Cena having fun.
Near fall by Truth, using all of John Cena's moves in his repertoire. The SPL locked in on Cena, who goes to the ropes to force the break.
Yeah, well done, Steven. Yeah, he's looking pretty good.
Every one of these moves better than anybody else on earth.
Yeah, but our Truth delivered it perfectly to take control of this match. I talked to Truth earlier today. I asked him what's gotten into John Cena in your mind. He compared Cena to take power hungry. Going after the gold is in the steel post now by Cena.
Cena throws Truth back into the ring, and what's he thinking here?
We've seen him do this time and time again. John Cena with the title in hand. Again, the title's not on the line.
We got 2 belts.
John Cena, I believe, was wants to embarrass and do damage to our Truth tonight above it.
beyond anything else. Can't use that system.
Dude, Truth is timeless. Like, that dude is timeless.
What I missed? He's got the belt. Was gonna hit him with it, right? Oh, oh, oh. All right. I think that delivered, man. I think that delivered. And just like they delivered to me, man. I'm going with Penn Station.
Oh, nice. Penn Station. That's good shit.
Yeah.
I thought that was a good finish. I liked it. Truth does have better abs than Cena. That's no doubt.
Hey, this thing, it far exceeded any expectations. The big pop there from R-Truth with the merch. They're going to sell a shit ton of those. R-Truth coming out, getting in the Cena shtick. That's all you needed. Short, sweet, in and out. It absolutely delivered.
Yep, Truth got his shine. He still went under, but he got his shine.
Well, now where does, in a situation like this, where's Truth go? What are we going to get personality-wise out of Truth? Is he a believer now? Has he seen, holy shit, this is the direction of John Cena. This guy has sold out. He has gone to the dark side. Or does he still not going to believe it and still chase and hope that his childhood hero comes back to the light, it goes out as the hero that he believes he is?
This is just my wrestling nerd booking. I love to see him go to the Hardys because he wants to go to the Lake of Reincarnation. He goes in and comes back out as Ron the Truth Killings. And he brings that character to WWE.
No, that's some nerd booking. Nobody knows what the hell that is anymore. All right, cage match time, huh?
Whoop, whoop. Yeah, no, Cody. We have not heard or seen anything from Cody at all.
Still on that break, man. It really hasn't been that long. No, just a month that he's been away.
True. Yes. Plus, the dude's earned it.
And we still have got a lot of events between now and SummerSlam. Even there's still a handful of things between now and Money in the Bank. I am putting down these Gatorades. I told you, Electrolyte Central. We're talking the last couple of days at the track, and then out in the sun today doing a little bit of stuff there. I'm on my third one already since we've been on air. It's K quick.
Now, in that vignette, I can see that happening where the first time he comes, you put him in, he comes out as K quick. Whoops, wrong one. Back in, come back out as Ron Killings. Remember when they first did that with Jeff Hardy and they put him in the Lake of Reincarnation and he comes out as his immortal character and Matt's like, whoops, wrong one.
All right, Let's Go Brandon. You can share some insight to what you and the vet been talking about over on the Impact Attack. How are we feeling, man? What's the vibe? What's the energy with the TNA fan base? If your champ goes down, whoop, that Trick. What if he is crowned the new champ, man? What's the energy, the vibe, the feeling from the TNA faithful?
I could see it being like because they know it's a partnership. They know there's like a 3-year deal. They're not even about 6 months into a 3-year deal or 3-year partnership. They would recognize it as a storyline and be like, okay, who's going to be the guy from TNA who brings the title back home? And I think if Trick Williams does go over, I think it's going to be Mike Santana who ends up going over him and becomes like the top baby face of TNA. They're clearly been building him, behind the scenes while Joe Hendry's been carrying the torch.
Best overall automotive brand. Reliable, trusted, loved.
To be their best.
Is there anyone maybe that from within TNA that screws Henry? So you can have, so maybe it's not absolutely clean, and you're getting some heat on somebody that sells out the company.
I would, if it had to be anybody, I would imagine Elijah. And waiting for the right time to strike. Okay, interpromotional title match with the company's world title on the line. Yeah, that's an I'll stab you in the back.
Find your new color May 16th through the 26th. Shop online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store.
Okay. I mean, it could be, that could be one of the directions they go in there.
Yeah, but he could do something like he got paid off with, hey, Robert Stone said he can get me hooked up with the WWE contract, get me back there. If I was going to say,
get that in. I'm out of here. I'm moving on up. I've got an in at WWE now.
Yeah,
all I had to do was cost, screw over this company.
Yep, and they're clearly doing like a interpromotional power struggle storyline because all of a sudden you have Robert Stone show up on TNA, all of a sudden like wielding power over the TNA director of authority, Santino Marella, saying, "Oh, the higher ups are giving me the or saying like this and that," and so I'm pushing it. And it's setting up for a and what was it? What happened last night? Like one of the big things that came out of last night out of the Tessa Ariana Grace match was, and they've now booked. I forgot when they're airing.
I did see that hard table spot for Tessa.
Oh yeah, that was awful. That was awful.
That son of a bitch did not give it all. Tessa, that table coming for you. That table coming for you. That table coming for you. Little Caesars.
I need to try one of those pretzel crust pizzas. That looks tasty.
Ladies and gentlemen, the world champion James main event tonight will defend against Logan Paul here on Saturday night.
Is he going to the ring?
Ooh, that would work too. Gruss threw out something else. Like Baron Corbin makes his debut. 3 belts. Or whatever name he's going by now.
That's good. Very fun. I'm glad you remember the last time you saw it.
Which one? All right, so now we got those titles side by side. Which one do you guys like better?
That's good. You see, there's something special about you being fun the most.
I don't know which one. I kind of like the World Heavyweight Championship a little bit better.
Yeah, it stands out more for sure.
To Logan Paul. You see, there's something. Wouldn't it be something if when my clock strikes 0, I take this championship home and lose the World Heavyweight Championship? That championship is for Logan West. What for you? When my clock sounds like that would almost.
It will be interesting to see with the NXT/TNA versus AEW tomorrow, where the people. I guess there's not really a parameter for us to judge. Which one's getting the more viewers, but just to kind of maybe see that energy from the IWC, which one that the fans are more into.
Uso's mind as he defends the world title tonight. Many legends here tonight at Saturday night's main event as well, including American star Melania Cox, former women's champion.
Tatanka, baby. I'm a little bit ahead of you.
Yeah, I'm looking at Leilani Kai. There's Tatanka. I thought his 2005 return was a good run.
I was going to throw it over to the chat, man. Some Tatanka memories.
Yeah,
I think that's you when he came out, man. Back in that would have been what 93, 94 Tatanka's debut.
Dude, I was just saying that, Cold Blooded. Yeah, I remember like the mid 2000s when Tatanka came back. I thought that was a pretty good run. Yeah, I never got a chance to see his original one, but I remember that angle he did with Lex Luger was kind of a big one.
That is a good point, Chris. I was kind of thinking about that. You got everybody that's already locked in that has Peacock, that are your WWE fans. So you're already paying, what, $5-10 a month for Peacock. There's AEW still running that old model, $50 a pop. Which one are you going to do the watch along on? Are we going to do both tomorrow?
The plan is we're going to do Double or Nothing, do that whole show, and then do Miles Bourne versus Obafemi, and go back and watch Miles Bourne versus Obafemi and Joe Hendry versus Trick Williams.
That's a lot. I'll try to do a rundown on that. I think I'm more of – I've watched both of the programs, into them. But looking at that card, there is not much going on with Double or Nothing that ultimately interests me enough. I'm more invested in the NXT cards. That's where I'll be on the original runs.
Which, to be fair, I can't blame you. Like, looking at both the build-up and the stories going into both, and Battlegrounds definitely done the better job.
Overall, on the AEW side of things, some intrigue. I'm still, man, it's hard for me to buy into that Hangman Adam Page character after 5 years of it just being so bad. His run in AEW, but there is some intrigue there with him and Ospreay. I can see. I know it's a heavy pull the money. The safe bet is Ospreay, but I can see them going with you. And I talked about that, making sense of Hangman. And really, I was surprised you and I were the only ones that were talking about that. Everyone else was like, "Oh my God, there's no chance. It's got to be Ospreay." And it's like, well, you got that cowboy in Texas taking down the outlaw Death Riders eventually.
Yeah, and I'll give Ospreay his flowers. The promo he cut on Wednesday, he made you believe that it could be either of them, because you said, if it's not me, I hope that I'm glad it's going to be you.
The object is to escape, but I got the
And he put over.
The only thing I would have done different, I'm sorry to cut you off there, but we got this cage match. The cage set up, Drew's inside, ready to go. They should have brought back old Blue for Saturday night's main event, the big blue cage.
No, if you're going to go retro, pal. The only thing, the problem with that is they actually have to set it up instead of lower it down. Well, they could probably figure out a way to have it preset.
Dude, those teams move so fast. That thing is like a pop and lock ready to go. Like Barton's saying, no one prepped Jesse on the steel cage rules. What did Jesse say? What did I miss there? Yes, let me know. Because no, this is a traditional. This isn't the WWE version of a steel cage where you escape. It must end inside the cage. This is traditional old school rules.
I think Jesse was trying to get that over. Like, yeah, no escape. It's fall to a finish.
Yeah. Which the cage was traditionally supposed to be, to keep the people in there. You hate each other so much. There's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, no outside interference. We're going to end it in here. But it was WWE that added the theatrics to it, to the escape element. So that's where that came from.
Which I wasn't I didn't mind as long as it was like a thing, like a stipulation you could take on or take off or put on depending on like, you know, whatever the build going into the matches. What I never liked, what never made any sense to me is a referee opening the door on the side, letting somebody out. Like, no, you bolt that thing shut. Like,
but you know, one of the all-time classic moments, my favorite moments from Saturday night's main event. We got to go way back, right before a lot of you were born. I believe 1985. Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff, Hulk Hogan, and they both are coming out of the cage. And both, they simultaneously hit the floor. Referees are debating, disputing who hit the floor, who's the champion. They couldn't settle it, so they sent it to overtime, baby. Got those big, meaty men back in that ring, and they settled it there. And then Hogan, eventually, he did escape and retain the championship.
I mean, yeah, if that's how you're going to do it, that's how you do it. And yes, that was Lex Luger and Bruiser Brody inside the cage where Bruiser Brody beat the fuck out of Luger.
No, Luger just said, fuck it, I'm out of here.
Yep.
All right, and a heated rivalry between these two coming to a head here. You got to believe this is the big payoff in this program.
Hopefully it is. Maybe they pretty much run this into the ground.
Your referee.
I think it's something different for these two to do right now.
I hit the bathroom real quick. Be right back. Whoop, whoop.
Where are we going? Oh, well, popcorn match, little bathroom run there. All right, let's go Brandon on the other side of it. Cold-blooded, I agree, man. It's been a long-ass day. I got a little on my cock here. I guess I don't have the premium cock, so I got commercials. Yeah, man, long-ass day, cold-blooded. Been a long couple days. Me yesterday, we ran way late at the track. Just what an awesome turnout, man. People were turning out in droves. Our car count was like triple what we're used to for a Friday night, which is pretty much a practice session. We call it tuning tests. Cars just kind of come out like fun runs, you know, making sure the car is okay, having a good time, making the runs down the track. A lot of fans come out. Good party scene, which I can't believe this. I'm in my mid-40s. I kicked myself in the ass that I didn't think about this, 25 years ago. Go to the track and drink. So we get like all these high schoolers and like underage college kids along one portion of the fence. They're underage. They're just backing the trucks up. They're all drinking. They're having a good time, but nobody causes any trouble if it's a safe environment. But man, we usually run on Fridays till usually get out of there at the latest like 11:30. Come home, get some sleep, get back up, do it on Saturday all over again. An all-day thing. Man, we didn't get out of there until 2:30 a.m. I didn't get home, put my head down on the pillow. Had to be back down there this morning, bright and early. They're actually still running. I dipped out to be here with you guys. I was like, I got some rest on them. We got the watch along, baby. I'm out of here. Then I got to get back down there again tomorrow at 9 a.m. So
yeah, they can see you tomorrow, pal.
Lots of talking, lots of racing. When wrestling comes to calling, that's like, hey, I got previous engagement here.
At the Audi Connection, we set the standard with our commitment to excellence.
I like the flow here of this show. We're 35 minutes still to go in this thing. Boom, boom, boom. Right into the matches. Not a lot of filler.
Handle every project with care, from electrical wiring upgrades for safety to stylish, energy-efficient lighting. We install GFCI outlets to protect your family and reliable smoke and carbon monoxide detectors for added peace of mind. Alberta Electric for all your electrical needs. Powered by trust for over 35 years.
Yeah, but again, tomorrow, go back to, double or nothing. So a little bit of interest there in the men's Owen Hart Cup Finals. I'm a big Nigel McGuinness guy, man. I love him. All back in the day, pretty much cut his teeth here with the HWA, the Heartland Wrestling Alliance or Association. Can't remember which one, HWA, but I got to watch so much of him when I discovered indie wrestling. To see him coming up here and then through Ring of Honor, heartbroken when he couldn't do it anymore, when the injury cut him short, but made such a great transition there to the commentary, had a good run in WWE, doing some things there for AEW. So looking forward to seeing him back, but God, to pair him up with Daniel Garcia.
You're really wasting Nigel actually having a match, and his partner is Daniel Garcia, who has zero heat and no one cares.
Yeah, God, man. And then FTR, they're almost beyond terrible, unwatchable anymore. But I'll watch that one for Nigel. What else on that show? Zero interest in the Monet Hater match.
There's Anarchy in the Arena. That has the potential to be entertaining for all the wrong reasons.
I was going to say it. Chat, are you guys into those Anarchy in the Arena matches? Brandon, do you like them? I just can't get into them.
As far as match quality and whatnot, I can't get into it either. I'm more like, I watch it for, okay, what kind of car crash, what kind of ridiculous, stupid shit are they going to pull off that we can laugh at?
I don't even enjoy that with them.
Inside a steel cage. Reese now maybe trying to escape up over the top. Both feet would have to hit the floor, and McIntyre playing defense. Couldn't get the 1, 2, 3, so he said, I'm going to climb the cage and get the hell out of here.
Big spot here, hanging on top of the cage. Superplex from the top of the cage.
Well, nobody's bleeding yet, so I wouldn't call this Mox crap.
Yeah.
So what's the main event for tonight? Or is this it?
No, the championship.
Yeet! Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. My bad. Which tells you how good of a job they've done building to that. Yeah, no screwdrivers here. Here's the most memorable screwdriver spot every time I hear screwdriver in wrestling, it's what comes to mind. That one case, I think it was a Hell in a Cell it was Hell in a Cell between Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton. And Orton gets a screwdriver out, puts it in the hoop in Jeff Hardy's ear, and then twists it.
I'm going to have to go back and watch this one again just to hear Jesse on commentary. All right, I will be my turn for a bathroom break. I will be right back here, buddy.
Yeah, that was a gross spot. That was a gross spot. Which I gotta believe was their thought process going into it. Hey, you want to gross everybody watching this out? Okay. Ooh, Bigfoot glue. Looking it up now. Yeet. That sounds tasty.
Putting themselves in danger, obviously. They're in a steel cage. They have the McAfee deal. Always get paid.
No, because I mean, they don't have to do anything but count pinfall. I would think you get a discount on
McIntyre now believes he's got this one as he drags Priest back up.
All right, there's several dispensaries nearby me who have it. Yeet. And yeah, it does look pretty good. He got them turtles watching his back, pal. Whoop, whoop.
have trouble eating for the next few months too. He's better quit looking around at the crowd and finish him off when he's got the shot.
You got a mouse going under the left.
Oh yeah, one of the whoop whoops.
Hanging around too much.
Well, wait a minute. I believe he doesn't want to pin McIntyre here. He wants to punish the man that's made his life a living hell for the last 2 years.
Nice. I'm gonna look that up. ATARS. I don't think I've ever heard they had that one. They both got released.
Wasting too much time.
Ooh, an evenly balanced one. Nice. Oh, runs an apple fritter. Nice. Dude, that was like a, oh man, that was like a great strain. Reading the all blood info on it.
Since that, you can walk out the door.
As we take a look at the match replay presented by Two Lights tonight, McIntyre's critical error there, and then just by Damian Priest. And listen, Priest could have defeated McIntyre with a pin here after this match at the show, but Damian Priest, after all these two men went through, wanted the satisfaction of being able to walk out of the cage on his own power with his head held high. A definitive victory tonight over Drew McIntyre.
I'll throw in there and say he walked out like a tower.
Yeah, they might have, but at least they did it in a way where it was like Damian clearly had Drew beat and is like, I got nothing to prove. Peace. Or Damian had Drew beat. And it's just like, yeah, I don't need to get the pin. I won.
If you ask Damian Priest.
Yeah.
Well, he might think so, but
MSG, that was the number one, buddy. It's all those Gatorades I've been sucking down. was like one of the longest pisses I've ever taken. Speaking of, got the crack open Gatorade number 4. Going with the, I don't know, what the hell is this? Like clear. Actually, it looks like some, speaking of MSU, it looks like some of Butter's special goo. Looks like a big old jar of cum. Frost Blast or something? I don't even have a name on here.
Against the social media megastar Logan Paul. Coming up next.
One sec, dog wants to be right back.
Who? Oh, the dog.
Yep.
That dog wants in. He's ready for the main event.
Yeet.
That main event puppy. This is cum. Check that 10 times. So apparently we were drinking a little boy's cum. Not once. Check that twice. Check that 4 times. Iced tea Gatorade. I don't remember that flavor. I'm not a big iced tea fan, so maybe I just didn't have my eyes out for that thing. Gatorade canceling Prime. Yeah, I got turned on to Prime. Obviously, see it through advertisements with WWE. But my nephews, man, they freaking love Prime, man. That's all they drink.
Oof.
They love it.
Gross.
They do. Pretty much, they drink water, chocolate milk, and Prime.
No, that's not good. That can't be good. That is not, yeah, that's definitely not good.
Talk to your doctor.
Kids probably grounded for a month. Check that 6 weeks. Yeah, again, they're 10. Maybe Levi's 11. 11 and 8, I think. Yeah, 11 and 8 years old. They've never had soda pop, cola, whatever you call it in your neck of the woods. They've never had it. Glass bottle Gatorade.
Never had that.
This Bruce like 100 years old.
Feeling confident, ready to be their best. Get ready for the work day.
Shop the Memorial Day sale at Sherwin-Williams and transform your space with color. Get 30% off paints and stains. With sale prices starting at $34.29. Find your new color.
Yeah, I mean, it was the original packaging when it came back out. It was pretty much like a Snapple, the way it looked. It was like the size of the bottle, and it had that little cap.
Your money is a tool to support communities. Because sometimes all you need to make a difference is someone to help you make it happen. Where money means more.
Hold on, Liz. What are we talking about there? Are we talking about the cum or one of the beverages?
Sprite tea.
The tea. Gotcha. I don't know if she was talking about someone she knew that tasted some cum. Dude, everybody want to talk to me tonight here, man. Phone's blowing up.
Never had a chance to try the Blackberry Dr. Pepper.
Your financial plan is bigger than just you. Your finances can be a force for good for the ones you hold in your heart. Because our business is helping your money mean so much more.
Spitters are quitters. Whoa.
Now that's cool.
Damn. The Swallow Queen there of HMG. Colin Wysong.
Play for those ultras. They got ultras.
So what flavors of Prime are there? The boys, they only drink that red, white, and blue. So what's that, like the Glacier or the Bomb Pop one? Or that's the only one I've ever seen them drinking.
Tonight for Saturday night, the legends are out, including.
Let's see, who do we got? The U.S. Express.
Main event, and the legends are out, including the U.S. Express, Mike Rotunda and Barry Windham. Both men Hall of Famers. In fact, Barry Windham, two-time Hall of Famer. They are here tonight. These two from the first ever match.
Dude, how many legendary groups was or legendary things was Mike Rotunda a part of?
Oh, we got there, man. This tag team Hall of Famers. You got the Varsity Club.
Varsity Club, U.S. Express, Money Inc. Himself as IRS. He was part of the NWO.
Oh, Bray's birthday yesterday.
Yeah, and Barry Windham was the father-in-law. No, wait, that's his. Barry Windham was Bray's uncle. I forgot. Yeah, because Mike Rotunda married Barry Windham's sister, and that's who Bray's parents are. Yeah,
I'm about to have a big old yeet party up in Tampa, baby.
Yeah, good to see he's doing better. He had a scare a while back.
All right, for the chat here, do we see usually with these big events like this, not exactly a PLE, but a match card of that caliber? Do we get some kind of big send-off tonight? Do we just get a clean win? First, hey, is there a chance? Do we see a title change here? What are the odds here? Where are we leaning? Do we get a big development, a story going forward? Do we get a twist, a turn here? Or we just get somebody getting put down?
I mean, again, who knows? This is the WWE. They'll pull if they do a swerve at the last minute, they will.
I gotta get the big hype video here. Yeah, I will give him credit, man. The surprise knockout shots from Logan Paul to Jey Uso, man. The camera work's been magnificent on those. You just don't even see him coming. Pow!
Yeah, it's like Jey just drops, like, oh, there's Logan.
All right, Groose saying keep an eye out here for the Seth Rollins faction to make a return here tonight. Now they've got their newly acquired, their new ally, their friend, their team member there in Bronson Reed. Now, I was thinking about that. Everyone they've been trying to come up with names. What are we going to dub this? The new Seth Rollins faction, that alliance. Everybody, you'd seen the comparisons. A lot of people were even like comparing them to Evolution. I didn't see that at all, but obviously there's Horsemen. But I think the biggest one that people had talked about was a Dangerous Alliance, obviously because of Paul Heyman's ties to the family that he had back in the day. So why not just go with it? It's very bland. It's simple. Just go with New Dangerous Alliance, but just refer to them as NDA.
Ooh, I like that. NDA, pal.
Yeah.
Sign right here.
And then, like, when you get somebody like Kathy Kelly or somebody like that tries to interview like Braun or Bronson, just ask him a question, what's going on here? What are the plans? And they could just be like, I can't talk about that.
Even the most extraordinary dreams freedom. Introducing the all-new Passport Trail.
I'm not at liberty to discuss those matters right now. The NDA, baby. The shitheads of WWE.
And it could be a total rib on Vince, too.
Walmart Express delivery.
Like you could have Paul Heyman like slowly like adopting a lot of Vince's characteristics and
Try one of
mannerisms.
these. That is the best buffalo wing in the county.
You eat buffalo, not just chicken food invented in Buffalo, the city. So it's not
Just short of shitting on people's heads.
it's quite spicy. We can do it.
Yeah, you don't go that far, pal.
We have a dangerous threat.
I wouldn't see. I mean, Fraser thinks of happened, but I wouldn't see Logan Paul joining that group. He just doesn't seem. When Logan Paul gets a posse, I mean, he's going to have to be the focal point, the forefront. They got to firmly fall in line behind him.
Yep, they're basically his bump guys. He ain't a face in the crowd.
All right, let's get to this thing, man.
Whoop, whoop.
Strong, and the flames in the heart's the work does the life for a safe home.
JP Morgan Chase invested manufacturing to help.
JP Morgan.
Make the green grass grow all around, make the green grass grow all around.
Hey, I am looking forward to it. I like this 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock out. Little wrestling action. Enjoyed the show so far. Looking forward to this main event. Man, I'm gonna put that hoodie on, get them sweats on, and I'm gonna crash out for the rest of the night. You doing more watch along tonight, bud?
As far as watch alongs tonight go, I think we're done, but I might hop on Twitch.
Might hop on Twitch tonight, huh? What are we doing? Gaming or something? Or
Yeah, some gaming, just some like old school, maybe some Sega Genesis, some Super Nintendo. Who knows?
What style games? You ever do any wrestling, old school wrestling games?
Man, the only old, I forgot what it was. I want to say it's like the WrestleMania arcade game for Super Nintendo. I remember only 6 playable characters were on there. It was Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Undertaker, Lex Luger, Undertaker, Doink the Clown, and I want to say Yokozuna.
Is that the one that's more like a Street Fighter style?
Yes.
I was thinking about this. I blame that freaking game for the current state of professional wrestling with all these spots and these flips and these flops and everything over the top, because we've got a generation of professional wrestlers that are on television right now that were gamers. And that would have been one of their earliest games. And they're like, oh, this is pro wrestling? Sons of bitches. And that's why that we got this current state of wrestling. But yeah, on that game, you had Shawn, you had Undertaker. There's 6, right? So it's 2. You had Razor Ramon.
Razor, that was the other one, not Yokozuna, Razor.
Was on there. You had Doink, so that's 4.
And then Luger and
5. And there is a 6th one. There was 6 on. It's a Super Nintendo version, the one that I had. But there actually, I think there was 8 on the Sega one. But the Sega gameplay, the sound wasn't as good, and the crispness of the gameplay wasn't as of the same quality.
So I remember in this one, I used to play it like I'd either play a Shawn or Razor, because I could just spam super kick with Shawn, or I'd keep Razor point out a baseball bat out of his vest and just whack the guy with it.
Yeah, I was always Razor in that one.
Yeah, it was Bret, Shawn, Razor, Luger, Doink, Undertaker. That was the 6.
Cruiserweights, yeah, but you know what? They knew their place back then. They had a certain spot on the card. And anytime they crossed over, the Cruiserweights got their asses beat. I still remember being devastated as a young Mark when Scott Steiner beat the living shit out of Chris Jericho. Just like embarrassed him, steamrolled him. Such a Jericho Mark back then, man. And here he comes. He's going to break through that, literally, break the walls down, going through the glass ceiling, and it's going to just beat the shit out of him. And, of course, one of the most iconic cuts in professional wrestling is when Nash just tosses Rey Mysterio like a dart into the trailer.
That was like one of the first wrestling segments, too, that felt like they were trying to shoot it like it was real.
Well, that was one of the few backstage segments with the NWO that they actually showed the altercation. Because usually it was give the illusion of violence. The camera would always get there when everybody was laid out and beat up, where you'd hear, baseball bats swinging and hitting things, which was brilliant at that time.
But then you're watching Ray get lawn darted into a side of a trailer, and you hear that hard slap, and like, oh shit.
Dude, I mean, that was one of the mark out moments of all time. Yeah, because even back then, I went out, working a part-time job in high school. I went and bought a TV card for my computer so I could install it, and I would have 2 televisions in my room. So I didn't have to flip between Nitro and Raw. So I had both of them on. I had Nitro on the computer and Raw on my television.
Dude, that's amazing. Gruss brought something up too that was great from that time. Remember the Bret Hart El Dandy promo? Who are you to doubt El Dandy?
I don't remember that one. I have to go check that out.
Oh, dude, yeah, that's basically when Bret was like, he was entertaining himself and didn't care.
We've been listening to our customers for 9
Because he was U.S. champ at the time, and he was Mean Gene was doing a backstage interview with him and saying like, who you picking as your next challenger? Who thinks that So I'm looking everybody up. I got this guy on my radar named El Dandy. He's a jam up guy. He's like, wait, and Mean Gene's like, wait a minute, El Dandy. He's like, who are you to doubt El Dandy?
The right loan can be overwhelming. Kemba can help. Kemba has made it easy to open an account.
El Dandy, there's a name I haven't thought about in a long time.
It's probably one of Bret's best promos.
Become a Kemba member today. Kemba Credit Union, your trusted next door financial partner.
El Dandy. Oh, look him up here. Actually, when you do a search for El Dandy, one of the images that comes up is Bret and Mean Gene backstage.
The St. Louis Learning Disabilities Association. We've raised over $160,000 to help children and adults create.
That's how a lot of people remember him the most from was Bret Hart talking about him in a promo.
Specialize in patients with back and neck pain.
That was pretty cool. Monday in the locker room, he joined me. I got some real cool insight. My boy Paz, all of our boys, Paz, John Paz from the 2-Man Power Trip. He actually just completed a sit down. He sat down with Bret Hart and recorded over 25 hours of conversation. And now Paz is taking everything they talked about and he's putting it together as a book. So him and Bret working on a book together.
That's amazing.
Just imagine that. Sitting down just like we're doing, just shooting the shit, talking about his career, talking about those big moments, the philosophies, the insight, the behind the scenes stories, the real deal. And Bret, no pun intended, man. He's a sharp shooter. He tells it how it is. 25 hours, Paul's got to just sit there and shoot the shit with the hit man.
We care about you,
dude,
and we will get you every dollar you deserve, no matter.
Seriously, good for John. That's amazing. I'm happy for him that he's getting to do that.
Yeah, man. One of the funny stories, he was talking about the Tom McGee match that Hart had. They actually watched it together. They were breaking it down and talking about it. And I guess backstage, everyone thought the McGee, or Vince did, he had that look. He had the hair, the build. He looked, like those Vince visions. And it has that match with Bret. They're like, oh, my God, we got the next Hulk Hogan here. This guy's going to be the next star. And I guess Vince is saying this stuff at backstage, what would become known as Gorilla. And Pat's sitting there like, you're right, man. This is our next main eventer. This is the guy. This is the guy that can carry the company. Vince was talking about McGee, and Patterson was talking about Bret. So they're both watching the same thing. They're both like agreeing having this conversation, but each of them thinks that they're both talking about the same guy, and they're talking about the different guys in the match.
Luckily, though, Vince came around later. Took a few years, but he came around. When he took Tom McGee away from Bret, he realized, oh, yeah, that was Bret.
I might go look that up. Now we got the El Dandy conversation going on. There's probably got to be like a tribute video of his greatest moments over on YouTube to go watch later. There you go, Brad. You should host like an El Dandy celebration watch along one evening. Just pull up like his greatest moments. Those might be the two of them. The Brett interview and Eddie having him park cars during the LWO party.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, not funny, but what ended up derailing that group was Eddie getting in that car wreck that put him on the sideline for what was it, 6 months?
I was like, what the hell? I thought I already finished this thing. Shit. Or I hoped I didn't. I literally have Gatorade bottles everywhere here.
Oh yeah, nobody did a backbreaker better than Brett.
Backbreaker.
Sorry, Roddy.
Oh yeah, no collision tonight as well. They moved that. That was on Thursday night.
Oh yes, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, I was just thinking I was going to watch this. I was going to bed. Not going to be wrestling.
I think Jey Uso's wondering what it's going to take here. Yeah, 15 years ago tonight, mentioned earlier, Jey Uso made his debut at WWE with his Cup on Monday Night Raw. 15 years later, he's defending the World Heavyweight Championship in the main event of Saturday night. Main event. Logan Paul.
Oh, wait to that exposed turnbuckle.
The exposed turnbuckle, and Logan now with an opportunity. So many times over the last few weeks.
The Indian guy. No, dude, that's Tatanka. I know what he's talking about.
For the last few weeks, what do I have to do to put Jey away? Exposed turnbuckle into massive right from Logan Paul. Logan's got to be wondering, what do I have to do to put Jey away? Looking for the false flag to retain the championship. Logan's down. So setting him up. Looking for the false splash to retain the championship.
Wow. I'll wait till you get the caught up here, but
I just saw Cena run in.
there we go, man. None of us called that. We were looking for that big swerve. Now, really, right here, if you're Logan Paul, aren't you fucking pissed at Cena? He just cost you the match.
Well, the bell hasn't rung yet. The ref is out. And here comes Cody Rhodes, pal. Yeah, that is a swerve. Did not see that coming.
You did call that good catch there, Brandon. No official decision yet. Referee back in the ring. All right, big moment for the close there.
And plus, Jay and Cody are storyline boys.
Enough. I'm sorry that the John Cena farewell tour rode right through Rhodes country. But I'm back. I'm ready to fight.
You got yourself a
How about that for a tag team match at Money in the Bank?
Yeah, I like it.
Is that what he said? Or what? I know he said we'll see you at Money in the Bank. Was it one-on-one? What are we going to get there? I know there was some rumor of possibly Travis Scott and Cena teaming up there.
Yeah, I've heard a different combination, like potentially like this might turn into a 6-man with Bad Bunny being with Cody and Jay.
If you're going to have Travis Scott in there, Paz and I just talked about new episode up right here on the channel, YouTube, Media Group channel, the 10 count. We were talking about in there, and you've got the bad experience, that bad rub, the taste of the fans' mouth with Travis Scott. You got to pay that off there. Why not Bad Bunny? Who's won the fans over, who has shown how much he cares about professional wrestling, that it has gone in there and worked his ass off. I think that'd be a great crossover.
And plus, he's a guy who can follow instructions and go in the ring. Just follow along and listen.
I was 21 years old. Mr. McMahon himself proclaimed me as.
All right, brother. You are the king of the watch-alongs here for HMG, man. Great time with the Army.
Yep. And see, who was it they called 4? Gruss I think it was Gruss who called 4 belts tonight. So Gruss is the belt count winner. Whoop whoop. Yeah, that's going to be it for us tonight. What do you got going on, RBV?
Well, man, I only got half my sandwich down. I'm going to save the other half. It probably won't make it to sun up, but it'll be a late night snack. And as I said, man, it is sweats PJ time. Hit the bed, watch some TV until I pass out. Yeah, this is life, baby. This is the new life. Decent show. I enjoyed it. I liked it, man. In and out. Good special attraction there. Nice flow. I like the flow to these shows. Let's see. What's on ESPN? What might MSG? Well, he might not be working enough. He's in the chat there. I was going to see maybe what he's controlling over there on the mothership. The 4 biggest letters in sports. Wait a minute. We got a basketball game on tonight, right? OKC. Let's see. We got some hockey. The quest towards the Lord Stanley Cup. Florida and Carolina. Collins boys, Carolina, been getting blacked, getting whooped on by Florida. We'll get a score update here before we get out of here. MSG is at home and hot as fuck. Oh, yeah. He's vacation, man. I thought he was on vacation this week, but he's heading out tomorrow. He's heading out to that Arizona to get himself some of that real deal Mexicanos. All right, intermission at the hockey game, at the hockey match. It's 1-1. You know what I'm going to watch? I'm just going to watch Tony Khan's MVPs, The Big Bang Theory. See what Sheldon is. I'm going to hang out with Sheldon and the gang here tonight. In Penny's big old titties. All right, brother. I am going to hit it, man. Brandon, thank you so much. I'm going to be watching NXT tomorrow, but I'll try to do a run-in. I'll have both of them on. So I'll have NXT on the big screen here, and I'll have AEW on the laptop. So I'll hop in and share some thoughts and share some good times and some grub. RBV eats out. Maybe we'll do some Cincinnati style chili tomorrow if the stomach can take it. All right, brother. I love you. Thank you to the Army. I'll see you guys hopefully tomorrow.
All right, take care, man. All righty. Let's see what we got going on tomorrow. Of course, we got The Wreckage, and then we'll be doing the AEW Double or Nothing watch along, and then following it up with Trick Williams versus Joe Hendry, Obafemi versus Miles Bourne, and then of course Monday Locker Room Raw watch along, Impact Attack, As far as tonight goes, the party continues. Twitch.tv/LG Brandon whoop whoop. We'll be going in about 10 minutes from now. Hope to catch you over there. If not, I hope to catch you on one of the other shows. But have a great rest of your night, great rest of your weekend. Much love. Take care. Whoop whoop. Yeah, pal.